So I'm at a Diecast toy show in Schiller Park, Illinois, just about 15 miles away from downtown Chicago. Fellow collectors, check out this Diecast show. And we are going to be going table to table, shopping Diecast on a beautiful Saturday morning. Sun is shining. It does not get any better than this. And this particular show is actually a very special one for me personally. This is my 50th show. I have been documenting every single show I go to pretty much since I got started with my collecting journey back in 2019. And this is the big 5-0. So really excited to just to say that I've been to that many shows, being able to take in all of these incredible pieces of Diecast. So let's give you one more pan of the room, and then we are actually going to talk to Peter, the organizer of this show. I've been coming to this show since it started back in, I want to say just last year. It was either January 2023 or January 2024. Pretty strong turnout already as well. But let's head up to the front. We will start at some really cool historic pieces that he brought and kind of staged right up here at the front here. So let me kind of show off what we have here. This Matchbox motorway from 1969. Now 1969 was right around the time Matchbox had their transitional models. 1968, as many of us know, was the year Hot Wheels came out. Hot Wheels was an international success, so much so that they needed to pivot. Matchbox, Dinky, Corgi, the other main players in the diecast market literally needed to change their wheels, change their production for diecast, just because Hot Wheels was so much fun. Hot Wheels was low friction wheels. They could speed across your entire floor, your entire desk. So 1969 is a very pivotal year, and it does look like we still kind of have, no, those actually might be, yeah, those are the original wheels. So these are still the regular wheels era. So this probably came out at a time just before they started switching over to the super fast wheels. Let me show you some of these other pieces as well. We have a Wild Wave stunt set, Johnny Lightning stunt track. Check out that gorgeous art. So common to see, just this beautiful, vibrant colors, this really, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of, you feel the sense of speed on the track here. Some other historic pieces over here as well, Hot Wheels USA, and then this Hot Wheels Service Center. So let me turn the floor over to Peter, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the show. So let's get him on camera. Give me 1 second. He's currently chatting it up with another fellow collector. So bear with me. We'll check out this Matchbox Motor City. So Peter, all right, so this is Peter. Peter is the organizer of this awesome Schiller Park Diecast Toy Show. And Peter, how about you give the audience just some words on what the show is about, why it got started, or anything that you want to say regarding the toy show?
Yeah, hi, my name is Peter. We're here in Schiller Park, Illinois. We're located right off 294 and Irving Park Road. Easy access to get here. Our shows are every 2 months. At this location, we just entered our second year. And it's a fun family environment. You know, you can come here with your friends, the kids, everybody. We're bringing back nostalgia. We have all the Hot Wheels, most of the Hot Wheels that you might want. We have great vendors. Everybody's willing to make a deal with you. You can find Matchbox, Johnny Lightning, Tonka, anything diecast. And again, all the vendors are doing this for years. Just ask them, you know. We're open for trades. You don't want to buy something, you can trade with the vendors. And you can find us on Instagram at Hot Wheels Show Chicago, and at our Facebook page, Schiller Park Hot Wheels show.
Yes, and Facebook is a great way to find out about all the shows. And like Peter said, this one's been going for, we're entering our second year, correct? Yeah, so, and it's just great to see everybody come together. And like Peter also said, just a lot of these vendors have been doing this for a long time too. It's a great group of guys and gals. They're willing to work with you on price. They're willing to trade with you. That is just what makes it so exhilarating. So Peter, any last words? I mean, you mentioned the Facebook page, the Instagram page.
Instagram, yeah, those are the two sites that you can find us. I'm sorry, social media.
Social media, yep.
And again, we're located at Schiller Park at the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church, right off 294 in Irving Park by O'Hare.
Awesome, Peter. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's this is actually the show that's probably the most regular and the closest to Chicago. At the start of the video, I even mentioned it's about only 15 miles away from downtown Chicago versus the other shows I go to. While they are technically Chicagoland, they are a little bit further away from downtown Chicago. I'm out in the suburbs, but so it's just a great location. Like Peter also said, it's in a really nice Greek church, so it's great that they are opening up their doors for us collectors and vendors to be able to buy, sell, trade. I mean, that is what this hobby is about. So we are just going to get right into it at this first table. We have some really nice main lines, quite historic pieces as well. It looks like we're kind of in that late 90s, early 2000s, 2010s era with this table, which is really great to see. We have this Hot Wheels Torpedoes. Now this one's actually modeled after a Bugatti, but the Torpedoes series out of 2005, the designers kind of played around with just a different outcome of the overall styling and body lines, much longer wheelbase, as you can see with those PR5s. So it's just little odds and ends like that the Hot Wheels designers just have an absolute field day with. And we have 2 for $5 at this table. It's a great, great deal. Now vendors are willing to work with you on price. So just strike up a conversation with them, ask about the prices, ask about the inventory that they have. If you have some things on your want list, make sure you just ask them. They might have it. Hey, these vendors have a lot of inventory. Sometimes they can't even bring everything that they have and put it up on these tables to display and to sell. So definitely recommend, if you are looking for specific pieces, maybe have a picture up on your phone, have just even a pen and paper nearby in your pocket. And just ask them about it. See if they know anything about it. See if they know another vendor or seller who may have it. Some really historic pieces over here as well. I was actually quite interested in this box down here. We have some Lido. Now Lido is a brand that was started by Odell, who is one of the founders of Matchbox when Matchbox started back in 1953. Odell was an extremely talented individual. He essentially developed all of the machines, the actual tooling machines that make the cars, as well as he also designed a lot of the early castings when Matchbox started under the Lesney ownership back in 1953. So a couple decades later, Odell broke off and started his own brand, and this is what he came up with. The brand Lido is actually just his name spelled backwards. So you can see L-L-E-D-O, it's just Odell spelled backwards. So very, very talented individual, very substantial figure, I would say, within diecast history. So these pieces are really cool, and I'm also very interested in probably picking up one of these today. These are these little horse-drawn carriages. This one you can see is a little bakery, actually, which I just think is so fun. But this may seem really simple, but I honestly didn't make this revelation until like a few years ago. When you look at a horse-drawn carriage, there's one horse there. Now what would that be called in automotive terms? This has 1 horsepower. It sounds simple, but I just never really connected the dots. We get the term horsepower because before there were cars, there were horse-drawn carriages, and just individuals would ride on horses. So we have, let's see if there's one with 2. Here we go. So we just had a 1 horsepower. Here we have a 2 horsepower. Isn't that crazy? So something like your modern day Lamborghini, your modern day McLaren, we're pushing what, 500, 600, 700 horsepower. Well, it all started back in the day with horse-drawn carriages where we had, in this case, 2 horsepower. I'm always just so fascinated with the history of the automobile, I should say, because there's just so much to take in. Here we have some sort of pre-war era vehicles, and you can usually tell it's a pre-war by the separate fenders here. So this was very common, especially the first mass-produced on the assembly line, the Ford Model T. Those ones have separate fenders as well as some of these. This one's probably pushing closer to 30s, maybe into 40s. But at some point around the 50s, you kind of get more into that streamlined look, as we can see with this. I want to say this is a Mercedes 300 SL, where you kind of get that streamlined look for the fenders, kind of all combined in with the wheels, both in the front and the back, versus the separate fenders here. So anyways, let's keep rolling, because we have a bunch of tables to still get to. We're gonna head over to this table here. Now, something unique at this show is that we have round tables versus usually most diecast shows are gonna have your rectangular tables. So a little bit of an orientation. I was talking with some of the other vendors before I started this video today as well, and they were saying even just when somebody buys one or two, you gotta kind of reorientate, reconfigure the entire table. So a little bit of a stressor on the vendor's part, but otherwise it is still a really cool look. Sometimes the light kind of awkwardly hits it too, so you'll find a lot of us collectors kind of like tilting over to the side just to be able to see everything. And as many of you know, if you've watched my videos before, that is something I make a lot of commentary. A lot of commentary on, which is being able to just clearly see everything is so important to us collectors. I mean, there's so much to take in at these shows. So being able to just clearly see everything, it's in view. Still, you might miss some stuff, even just if we look down one row here, there's just so many cars to take in. You're kind of just doing a quick scan. You may kind of just your eyes may just jump over one. So, so kind of the visual merchandising kind of becomes a part in this buy, sell, trade nature at these shows. The vendors can get creative with how they display their pieces, and therefore the buyers are able to see everything and make those hard decisions, right? Pick out those pieces that they're wanting to bring home to their personal collection. And I'm showing Ken's table here. Ken's awesome vendor. He's out at pretty much all the Chicagoland-based diecast toy shows. So great guy. Ken, great to see you as well.
Great seeing you too, bud.
Always like these this cool packaging as well. Kind of, they got the big wheel up on top, sort of a cylindrical style, and you got the car sitting upright as well, which is really cool. VW bus, right? Very iconic in automotive history as well. So we'll keep moving over to the next table. This is Caesar's table. Caesar does a lot of customs. Oh, we got some lowrider action here. Check out that stance.
Yeah, like what?
So this is something that Caesar specializes in, is doing these really nice stances, kind of lowrider vibe going on with his customs. And I'll show off.
Fully adjustable.
Oof, that looks cool with the rear wheels raised up.
And then you got to get the three-wheel motion, you know. If you ain't got the three-wheel
Yes,
motion.
there you go. Look at that.
There you go.
Gorgeous paint as well, man.
Thank you.
So let's show off his little logo here as well. This is Low Wheels Custom Diecast. And Caesar, where are you online? Are you Low Wheels Custom on
Yep, Low Wheels Customs on
Facebook, Instagram, all of it? Everything.
Everything.
So if you want to learn more, go ahead and check out Low Wheels Custom Diecast. And I showed these last time, but can never get enough of these. Caesar has made some customs here. This one's called the Mighty Scalper. So this piece is originally called the Mighty K. You went ahead and even added, get this to focus here. You can see the little mainline cards in there. So there's very, very clever design. Beautiful execution as well. I love the colorway. I love the wheel choice. I love the stance. So and you got the awesome card art as well. So this really just gets into the creativity that can be found within this hobby. These customizers, these wheel swappers can really just have, they are only limited by their imagination, right? So it's so cool to come out to these toy shows and just take in the level of creativity, ingenuity, innovation. I mean, some of these customizers are doing, big brand level details and styling. It's just so impressive to see. Same with in real life car shows, right? When you go out to a car show, if there's a lot of custom cars, modded cars, that really is just a playground of creativity as well. So we got a good mixture here of Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Love these big trucks out of the main line from Matchbox. We have the Peterbilt cement truck. I do have this variant in blue and yellow colorway. Love the 6 wheels on there as well, just beefy. So that's a really nice piece here. And I also used to have this one, the Ford Stake bed truck. This is designed by Larry Wood. Larry Wood is one of the GOATs in all of Hot Wheels design. He pretty much led the design team from early 70s to early 90s. In fact, there were several years where he was actually the only Mattel designer for over a decade, I believe. So most of the designs that you see out of the 1970s into the 80s and 90s are most likely a design by Larry Wood. So definitely an important figure to do some research on if you are not quite familiar with his work. He has a really distinct style as well, just kind of how he... What's actually really interesting is if you go online, excuse me, and you search up his garage, Larry's garage, you can tell by the vibe of he has parts laying around, he has half-done hot rods, half-done vehicles that he's trying to customize. You can just tell his vibe, and that very much gets translated into his Hot Wheels designs. So if any other ones by him jump out at me, I'll make sure I give a quick spotlight. Some really nice Hot Wheels main lines here, a couple older ones as well. We have this piece up here with the FTE wheels, also known as Faster Than Ever wheels. And we'll keep moving on, excuse me, sir. And just give you a nice wide view here. This one here is Floxy's table. We got that Roxy Chase. I actually did just look this one up on the secondary a day or two ago. I think it's still pushing around 150 USD. I'm recording this as of March 2025. So definitely curious to see if that will be a piece that drops down or if it's just going to keep appreciating. Hey, maybe we'll see it up to 400, 500 bucks in a few years. But the market will definitely decide that, right? It's all comes down to that supply and demand. So we have some higher end pieces here, all in protectors. We got some of the very famous pink party cars here. These come out of the RLC line. However, you'll typically be able to acquire these at the Nationals conventions, which is coming up next month in April. It'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. Tickets for national conventions are pretty challenging to acquire.
We will be there.
Floxy will be there.
Yeah.
Love this piece here. One of my favorites from the sort of 70s era, the Backwoods Bomb. 70s or 80s, I can't remember, but beautiful Real Rider rubber tires on there as well. Kind of a chrome mag look, like pretty much a camper. Interesting combination, but that is what Hot Wheels is all about. Just these really sort of crazy combinations, different colorways, creative designs. That is what they are known for. So it doesn't surprise me to see some chrome mags on a camper style truck. So we got on camera here. So, very nice. We have a couple of Porsches here, the 993. This one here is factory sealed, meaning it comes out of the master set.
They're gone.
Master sets are sold once a year on Mattel Creations. Very, very hard to obtain. A lot of collectors will usually voice their opinions that a lot of bots usually are able to pick up the master set. But if you are a lucky individual and you're able to acquire it, hey, consider yourself very, very lucky. So gorgeous pieces. Thanks for showing us, Floxy. I love the error here.
Yes, both
no
sides too.
tampos,
It's pretty
both
cool.
sides. That is clean. White always looks clean anyway, but with those no tampos, that is really fresh.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you, Floxy.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's keep moving on. How's it going? Let's see. Where should we move to? Let's go over to Ray's table. Ray goes by the name Phoenix Diecast. You can find him online. He sells a lot of these shows within Chicagoland. He's got a really nice selection here, and I usually showcase. A good perk about Ray's table is he usually has the sealed cases. So if you're wanting to, get lucky, try and pull a super treasure hunt, or it's just a case that maybe has a lot of main lines you're looking for. Hey, you're paying for the convenience, right? You don't have to go out to the stores, hit your dollar stores, your Walmarts at 6 in the morning. You can just pick up a case from vendors like Phoenix Diecast and either keep all of them for your personal collection or try and sell some off, make some of your money back. That again just really speaks to the buy, sell, trade nature of the diecast hobby, which is really fun. I mean, especially at these shows, I try to bring 1, 2, 3 pieces to potentially trade, because in modern society, how much can you really trade? It's just, we're in a very modern age of paying for credit cards or even Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So just that very old school, almost primitive style of payment, trading is a really fun part of this hobby as well. Really cool Porsche here. This is the Apple livery. Check out those wheels. Holy smokes. It's a resin piece? Nice. Okay, so this is resin. So unlike your typical die cast, which is Zamac, zinc, aluminum, magnesium, and copper, this is resin. Now resin's a little bit lighter than die cast, I believe, but you can get more detail. Yeah.
Doors open on that.
Doors open.
The hood opens and the trunk opens.
That is clean.
Those run about $90 to $100.
Okay, $90 to $100. Just give you all a reference point for that. That is super cool. I guess clean is the word of the day today, because we just call that other Porsche clean. But hey, you know, there's endless variety within the diecast hobby. You're going to see clean pieces, vintage pieces, quirky pieces, donuts on wheels, hamburgers on wheels. I mean, you name it, the diecast hobby has it, and that then starts to really sort of formulate the different niches within our quote unquote niche, right? Check out all these. Got some gassers, gorgeous art on here. There you go. That's a better angle for you. Whew. Take that in for a second. So much detail. And then we'll try and go nice and wide for you at this table. This is Tom's table. Tom and Lance are kind of a dynamic duo at a lot of these shows. They always set up together, help each other out. And he always has a good selection of loose stuff in these nice kind of old school blue trays. You typically found these in the Matchbox collector cases. And they still work great. I mean, similar to what I was saying at a couple tables back with just the overall visual merchandising and how everything is set up on the table. Those blue trays are really easy to see everything, and again, I just think that's so important when you're at a show like this. We have some higher end pieces as well, all in protectors. Pick out a couple to showcase for you. Let's see if, I know he usually has a huge, I think like the Thunder Roller. Tom, you still have that one, the Thunder Roller? Yeah, there it is. I'm always so impressed by this one. Just so much surface area with that gorgeous Spectraflame paint on there, and then you got the Real Rider rubber tires with the red line wheels. It's just chef's kiss. So that is a really, really cool piece. So we'll go wide again here. And a couple more odds and ends over here. Johnny Lightning. Got a Matchbox Gold collection. Really interesting packaging. I like that. It's cool. Kind of triangle. And then we'll turn the corner into Lance's setup here. We got some neon speeders to the left side of your screen, and then we got some Matchbox, and then we get into a few Hot Wheels mainlines, only to be followed up by some Hot Wheels premiums. Looks like we got some Pop Culture in there. Pop Culture is really a great place if you're a card art appreciator, because you know, in pop culture, there's a lot of different art styles and vibrant graphics. So you really just, if you are a card art collector, definitely recommend, we've got Archie Comics here, definitely recommend checking out some pop culture pieces. And I really like showing these as well. This is a premium 5-pack protector. I actually have put my grails into one of these. One of my grails is the Audi TT Mark I by Matchbox, released in 2000. It's a red variant, 2000 or 2001, can't remember now. But the international Matchbox packaging fits perfectly in these 5-pack Hot Wheels premium protectors. So I have 5 of the same car set up like that. I'll show you on a video at some point. But those are really nice if you are a premium collector, excuse me, because it kind of gets everything nice and compact into one, you know, beautiful presentation. So we have some more higher end pieces here, all in protectors. Your price tags are on the stickers. Lance is usually great about working with you though, so do a little negotiating. Or if it's a piece that you're, you know, got a price tag that you're willing to pay full price. I've even paid over asking price just because I figured the asking was lower than what I was willing to spend. So end up paying the vendor a couple more bucks than asking.
Yeah, how about you?
And then we have this really impressive table, about stacked 2 cars high here, so you can definitely spend some time. We have that new donut transporter. That is a piece by Charlie Angulo. I do have the Donut Drifter Hot Wheel, just the single casting there. Probably won't pick that one up just because of space. The transporters are a little bit bigger, and I do have quite a few transporters already. They do take up more storage space, more display space, and as many of you know, budget and storing comes at a premium for us diecast collectors. So we kind of got to make those hard decisions. While I love the art style and the execution, it's literally a donut box on wheels. I think that's so clever and creative that Charlie Angulo did. You know, I got to draw the line somewhere, right? Turn over to this table here, some more Hot Wheels, a lot more historic pieces as well. Got that really nice Ford Thunderbird and that beautiful teal. I do have this one in my personal collection. It's rocking the 5-dot wheels. Here's an early on Morris Mini as well, in that beautiful yellow color with lace wheels. And we'll go nice and wide for you. And if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I am Contour Toy Cars. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I discuss diecast cars from an art history perspective. And let's keep rolling through. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Okay, do a quick scan of this one here. Some premiums, all in protectors. Actually, let me show you a close-up of that Formula Drift. I really, really love the colorway on that one. Just gorgeous blue and red. Check that out. Nissan Silvia. Whew. I remember this when this came out, and I passed on it on the pegs. Do I kind of regret that? Yes. So I'll consider picking it up. We'll see if the price is right or if I'm feeling like I want to add it to the PC today. We'll see. But really, really cool piece. I love the graphics on there. Just check out those tampos. 6-spoke Real Rider wheels as well. You got the red in the front, the blue in the rear.
If you want just one of them will be 15. The set.
So that's a really cool piece. Okay, we'll turn over to this next table. Fellow collectors, we are only about halfway through the show. So stick around, sit back, go grab a beverage, put this on pause real quick, go throw a load of laundry in, whatever you got to do. And let's just sit back and take all of these incredible diecast cars in. We have some Hot Wheel ID chases up there. Now the ID chases were randomly inserted into the 72 count mainline cases. Kind of like a same thrill as a super treasure hunt with those pieces. They have since stopped ID. ID ran from 2019 to 2022. They unfortunately ended the line due to they lost the licensing for the chips that are located at the bottom of the vehicles, as well as I've also heard there were low sales, excuse me, and they also produced quite a few and the demand wasn't quite there. So. But it's a great series. I mean, if you're looking for some affordable Spectraflame, Hot Wheels ID is a great series to get into. Some of the pieces on the secondary market only go for about like $5, so it is quite affordable. Versus, you know, you're paying for RLC models to get Spectraflame, that's going to run you about 25, 30, 35, 40 bucks, depending on where you're getting it shipped. As well as the super treasure hunts on the secondary market are obviously going to push 20, 25, 30, and then upwards to over $100, depending on the model. So series like Hot Wheels ID as well as Ultra Hot, which you can find in Target stores, are two really good options for you if you just want to have some more Spectraflame in your collection. So we have some historic pieces over here as well, some Johnny Lightnings. Johnny Lightning was one of the main competitors of Hot Wheels back when they got going several decades ago. Got some fun character cars as well. I love that they put the little hair up on the, what is this called? On the troll, yeah. Beautiful colorway as well. Got those aero disc wheels. And
How you doing today,
it's just
man?
fun to see little details like that.
The Hot Wheels are $2 each. Or
So next table is Mike's Real Riders. I have shown Mike on the channel before, but we will showcase him again. This is
There's more in the box.
your best, most favorite wheel vendor out of the Chicagoland area. I mean, Mike is your guy if you are a customizer, if you want to do certain wheel swaps. He has, as you can see, just a ton of different designs of wheels, all organized, all ready for you to pick up. You have a JDM, boom, he's got your JDM Real Riders. I mean, anything you can think of regarding customizing or wheel swapping, he's going to have it. So definitely recommend finding him online, Mike's Reel Riders. He's happy to work with you. And we'll move on to this next table. As you're starting to notice, it is a pretty Hot Wheels heavy show. A lot of Hot Wheels main lines, a lot of vintage Hot Wheels, right? Your late 90s, early 2000s. That is a very common era to find at these shows. But if you're a Hot Wheels collector, obviously this is paradise for you. If you like a little bit more variety, right, different diecast brands, you'll still find them here and there. I will say there are other shows within Chicagoland that are going to have a little bit better diverse variety, right, versus a lot of your Hot Wheels. But if you are a Hot Wheels collector looking for that latest premium that you can't find, or some of these more vintage pieces, you will definitely be you'll definitely be finding and acquiring some pieces for your PC. Very dramatic lighting over here. We have the sunshine rolling in through the window on all of these mainline Hot Wheels. And then we'll turn the corner. Got some more dramatic lighting with the sunshine rolling in. We have some neon speeders up towards the top of your screen, as well as, again, just plenty of main lines. We also have the special series here. This looks like the spring series that just recently came out. This might be last year's, can't remember. It's either last year's or this year's for the spring set. And so much variety, as you can see. And then we'll move on to the next table here. So just off screen to my right is a fellow collector named Ed. Ed and I bump into each other all the time. We run similar routes on our Hot Wheels hunts. So he and I often bump into each other in the toy aisle, or just entering into Targets or Walmart. It's really funny how there's just more and more collecting too. So you will generally find you'll sometimes bump into the same folk. I mean, while it's a ever-growing, evergreen hobby, it is still a small world. So you will often kind of bump into some of the guys and gals that are also into, the thrill of the hunt, the joy that diecast cars bring. We have more of those awesome 5-count premium protectors. Again, I absolutely love those. Definitely recommend it for your personal collection. It just keeps everything nice and compact and within really nice viewing. Okay, so let me show you off the rest of this table, and then we're going to do a quick pan of the entire room. Just take all of this in for a moment. And this is what it's all about. Just waking up on a Saturday morning, sun is shining. And I think I've shared this before, but I work fully remote, so I'm on screens all day. And let me tell you, just the tactile experience of this hobby, right? You're shuffling through the pegs. You are, a good crowd, by the way. It seems like the attendance is spiking, which is great. But it's you're looking through the cars. You can opening the packages. You're rolling them around on your desk. You're out here at the shows with people. It's such a good way to kind of break away from quote unquote modern society, right? We're on computers, we're on our TV screens, we're on our iPads, et cetera. So being out at shows is just this tactile experience, right? Picking up a car, feeling it in your hand, checking out the back of the card. All these things really start to add up on what really brings me joy within this hobby. So this vendor has super historic pieces here. So I'm going to take some time at this bin here, because if it's not apparent already, it will be in a second. These are 1995 treasure hunts. Hot Wheels 1995 treasure hunts. This was the very first year that Hot Wheels started their very famous treasure hunt program. Now, they didn't start super treasure hunts until 2007. So in these early years of regular treasure hunts, what you will find is Real Rider rubber tires on the regular treasure hunts. Now, obviously, that is opposite to nowadays, where all regulars are going to have the plastic wheels, and then it is the supers that are going to have the Real Rider rubber tires. So these become quite historic, and 95 being the first year, as you can imagine, there is quite a demand for pieces like this. The most popular, a lot of collectors will argue, is that white and orange Camaro, which I don't believe this vendor has, because why would he sell it? Because it's such a great piece. But some other really nice ones as well that I'm going to spend some time here actually showing you on camera, just because of the significance of these treasure hunts. So from 95 to 2007, you had the regular treasure hunts. In 2007, they started the Super Treasure Hunts. Now, from 2007 to 2011, the Super Treasure Hunt was actually the same exact casting as the regular Treasure Hunt. It wasn't until 2012 where they started making the Super Treasure Hunt an entirely different casting altogether compared to the regular Treasure Hunt. And then we even have a 1998 short card. Now, short cards are going to be a little bit more rare, just because they're international, and international supers and regular treasure hunts are a little bit harder to come by. But as you can see, the price tag there. This one's called Twang Thang, kind of like a guitar on the side of the body of the car there, rocking those 5 spokes. Love 5 spokes. One of my favorite Hot Wheels wheels. So again, we just have quite historic pieces. Those 95 treasure hunts. Now, they also had the full set of all of the treasure hunts. I believe that one goes for, I want to say, over $1,000 on the secondary market. So if that is something that interests you, that brings you joy, you want that thrill of finding some of these older pieces, hey, try and track down every single 1995 regular treasure hunt. There's really just no shortage of different rabbit holes you can go down and get obsessed with, and you're out at these shows, you're trying to find that latest variant that you don't have yet. It's just, that's all adds up for such a fun experience. So we're at another table now.
We have a raffle going on. We have a $2 raffle ticket for a chance to win 3 Hot Wheel cars. You guys can come in the front.
So now we do have some blue cards. Zender Fact 4. These are the Ultra Hot Wheels. So the blue card collector number, you can tell it's a blue card by if you switch over to the back side, it's got more of this brown on the card versus the collector number series blue and white card, which came out later in the 90s. You have the blue and white, and then as you can see, the cardboard's not as brown. So that is how you tell the difference between the collector number blue card era, again identified by the darker cardboard on the back there, which started, I believe, 89, 90, around there, versus your blue and white card, which is going to be later 90s, but still the collector number on the card there. So some cool pieces here as well. I wanted to quickly show Matchbox Looney Tunes Pro Racers. How fun is that? So again, if you are a pop culture fan, you will definitely find quite a few pieces that you'll be able to hunt down. So let's head over to our next table here. We got some Hot Wheels main lines. Looks like some pretty fresh stuff. We have that Cupra E-Racer, pretty brand spanking new, hitting shelves now. Again, I'm recording in March 2025. Got some more modern pieces. Your High Roller 2, that is the main line to the Super Treasure Hunt out of C-Case. And we also have some 5-packs and some 3-packs. Those are cool. Now let's show off this M2 real quick. M2 shell livery. Belly tanker. It's cool. New gasoline shell. I've always been a fan of the Shell branding. I love that red and yellow. It's actually a gas station pretty nearby where I live. I love the neon lights that they put on in the evening. It's just a really beautiful red and yellow. So I really love driving past that gas station just because of the branding and the vibrant colors, if you will. So some more main lines here, pretty modern, pretty current stuff. I got some regular treasure hunts up here. That's gonna be, let's see, you got your A case, the van there. Your B case is the fish and chipped. C case, I think, is mailed it. Yeah, C case mailed it. D case, I think the pedal driver, and then Rig Storm is E case. And I've been seeing quite a few of these at the shows as well. The Tesla Cyber Quad. Cool. Let's keep moving on. Got still this pretty much whole side of this this venue. Again, we were at a Greek church. So we got some 3D printed little stands there. That's cool. Got a cool poster as well. 2009 series. That's cool. Check this thing out. We got some cheetah print on a Morris Mini with these massive tires. How crazy is that? That is really cool. let's keep moving on here. We got these little dioramas over here. Really great way to display your loose castings, if that is something of interest to you. We got some larger scale as well. Some more modern Hot Wheels. And then we got a good selection of mainlines and premiums. So again, pretty Hot Wheels heavy show, this one in particular. Any of you premium collectors will try and give you a quick scan of all these. So if you collect premium, this is the table for you. I love the green on that Volkswagen Brasilia. Gorgeous, man. And then we got some RLCs here, as well as the famous, infamous, whatever you want to call it, the purple Silverado Dollar General exclusive. This one has been quite a hot topic within the collector community. It has been quite a scalped piece, quite a demanded piece. So I'll give you a scan of the room here. Then we're gonna go down our last aisle of the show. And definitely still strong turnout. Great to see strong attendance. Show off some beautiful Kaido houses at this table over here. Beautiful to see them loose as well.
They're not going to go anywhere.
Such attention to detail, just the technical excellence that Kaido House as a brand really commits to is extremely impressive. Now, as a collector who kind of leans a little bit more towards like the quirky stuff, that is why I've generally just gotten more excitement from Hot Wheels and Matchbox. I just love the quirkiness. I love the cuteness of Hot Wheels and Matchbox design cues. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this just attention to detail, this realism that you're going to find in brands like Kaido House. As you can see, we got quite a good selection here. But for me personally, just nothing really beats that fun nature that you get from Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Keep in mind, you know, we're scaled down to 1/64. We are 1/64 of those in real life 1/1 scale cars. So because we're shrunken down to this small world, it allows for that kind of cute, playful, quirky vibe. When it's almost as if you are also shrunk down to 1/64. You enter this kind of cute little world, right? And that's something that Hot Wheels has just mastered ever since the beginning. Really like this piece here, 2008 Lancer Evolution with the FTE wheels. Really clean piece. Actually, I'm considering picking this one up today if another fellow collector doesn't beat me to it.
Walmart exclusive.
Walmart exclusive, okay. Yeah, that's gorgeous, man. Sorry, I was taking it in for a second. But that is really cool. We got the custom 53 Chevy. This is a treasure hunt from last year as well. And we are now at Charles's table.
Thank you. I got the same. It's a cool set. My wife loves
Charles had a pretty big selection at the last show, and he pretty much sold his entire table, which is really impressive to see. So, you know, people don't mess around at these shows. You can definitely sell off a lot. You can definitely buy a lot if you're coming in as a buyer. So, really cool stuff. Charles is also a professional bowler.
It's called House Hack.
Yes, I mean, you said that on a previous video. That's funny. Charles has bowled 2 300 games. Now, if you're not familiar with a 300 point game, that is the highest score you can get in bowling. Is a perfect 300. That's 13 strikes, correct? Or 12? 12. That was close.
Doesn't would be better, but no.
But it's always good to have hobbies, right? So I like to say, it keeps your head screwed on for whatever you do for work. And just a good break, different way to stimulate the mind and just get excited about something else and just totally kind of drown yourself in cool information and learning about the history. So very impressive table. You guys know I'm big on the pegboards where you kind of got the flat lay and then you go up into the pegboard. Everything is perfectly in view. Absolutely love to see that. So kudos to Charles. We're going to turn the corner to Angel's table. Angel is a very passionate red line collector. He's chasing down all those pieces that he used to play with as a kid, and definitely has that preservation component with his current collecting habits. He's trying to find just those beautiful, pristine pieces that maybe when he was a kid, kind of chucked around, got dents and scratches and cracks on all the different pieces. So it's been fun to chat with Angel about his collecting journey and just the excitement that he's getting from chasing down some of these redline pieces. So, got an impressive table here, Angel. Looks good. You're welcome. Okay, let's see what else we got. Table here, some more modern pieces up on the pegboard. That gold Civic from last year was quite in demand. A lot of JDM fans were really excited about that one. Some premiums down here as well. And then we'll keep moving on. Got some really nice team transports. Got a green light here, I'll show. California Lowriders. That's really cool. Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Looks good. Okay, we're now at Dave's table. Dave is another awesome vendor at most of the Diecast shows in Chicagoland. Dave, you like muscle cars, right? Muscle cars is your thing?
Yep, old school muscle.
Old school muscle. And if I remember from the last show, you have a project car right now? Is that also a muscle car or is that a truck?
76 Bronco.
76 Bronco. Super cool. So, us passionate car enthusiasts, we can not only get fulfillment out of the 164 scale cars, but also the 1/1 scale, the project cars, the passion projects, if you will. So, it's been cool to hear about Dave's journey with that as well. But we're going to keep moving on. Dave, thank you very much.
Compared to this is my basement. You want to see my basement?
Got some Dutch City, some premiums. Got those creative options thread organizers holding 48 loose cars. We also have some modern majorette here. Or no, excuse me, these are pink slips. Apologies, this is Jada. I mixed that up with there's like the new majorette, like I think it's called like the Street Tuners series. I was mixing that up with this one. These are pink slips though. And I believe those are tin containers that they pack into this blister.
Oh yeah,
which is really cool. Yeah. So we got some deals happening here. We're gonna skip past them over to, okay, we got some Mini GT over here. So good to see some Mini GT being repped at this show. That Land Rover Defender 110, I have to say, Mini GT did a beautiful execution. I have to say, this is probably my favorite tooling of a Land Rover Defender 110. I mean, hands down the best when you compare it to, a Matchbox Land Rover Defender. It's just a beautiful, beautiful execution, very high attention to detail, which is obviously what Mini GT is all about, that technical excellence, that realism that they are so good at executing on. Got a couple pullback speeders, some larger M2 scale. Those are all really cool to see. And we got this next table here. Got some diorama sets up here. I did just make a post on my Instagram about these that got quite a bit of engagement. It was regarding, just I guess the longevity of these. It's becoming quite an expensive set. I believe the price was $32 on it, retail, out of Walmart, and you're only getting 4 cars. So if you're a dedicated premium collector, I could imagine that those are probably still of value to you for your PC, but it seems like more and more collectors are kind of swaying away from it now. So interesting to see the fate of that collector series. Okay, quick scan of this table here. Got some M2 Coca-Cola. Those are nice. More premiums here. And then we'll turn the corner. Over to this next table, some more M2 machines. Got your Matchbox moving parts. This is the new packaging, so zero plastic. They're trying to move towards eco-friendly, sort of sustainable. Got more of your main lines at this table as well as that table. We'll just take a quick minute to show that off, and we'll keep moving on. Got plenty of loose over here. These are the creative options thread organizers. Give you a quick scan of all those. Very, very cool. So if you have the patience, you can definitely scan through quite a bit of these tables and you'll be here a while. But if you're willing to dig through, right, even on the bins underneath the tables, always check underneath the tables as well. If you have the patience, you can definitely spend some time here and hopefully find those treasures that you're looking for. So I got this table over here, some higher end pieces and protectors, as well as some M2 down here. Show you off these. M2 machines, muscle machines at this table as well. So, fellow collectors, we've been rolling for just under 50 minutes, so we are going to call it there. I'm going to give you one final pan of the room. What a cool show. Great to chat with the vendors, the fellow collectors. I'm going to get back to doing some shopping. Again, I am Contour Toy Cars. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I discuss die-cast cars from an art history perspective. And again, really cool show for me personally. This is my 50th show. So cool. Hope I hit 250 more and then 1,000 more. I mean, this is what excites me the most, is coming out to these shows, being around great people, and being around amazing die-cast cars. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.